Happy spring! March 20th, and guess what? Somehow we are still here talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you know? EJ Smith and I were going to go through this bracket of unlikely scenarios that some of us have submitted, some of you have submitted. Is Jalyx Hunt going to lead the Eagles in sacks? Is Jalen Hurts going to win MVP? I don't know. Let's find out. And welcome to the PHLY Eagles Podcast on a Friday afternoon, a beautiful Friday afternoon, live from the Xfinity Studio. Bo Wulf and EJ Smith, and we are presented by Ashley and Bet365, where winning is everything. And today, EJ, we're going to crown a winner in this made-up bracket.
One shining moment for somebody today.
One shining moment.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
How you doing? Is this new? I feel like I haven't seen this before.
Oh, you're lying. You're teasing me.
I'm not.
I wear this every week. Yeah.
I know you don't wear that every week.
I feel like my wear rate on this is pretty high. You know, the chat can weigh in. I feel like I wear this a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it though. It's a nice comfy sweater.
Yeah,
you know, it's a good casual Friday sweater. You know, that's my casual Friday.
Do jazz hands.
And you know, nobody can see what pants I'm wearing, but I got some comfy pants on today too. I'm feeling good.
Not wearing any pants.
I am wearing pants. I can promise you that.
All right. So, what we've got today. Now, before we get into this bracket, I think 2 press conferences since we last spoke, right?
Yeah.
How'd they go?
We heard from Braden Mann,
Okay.
who talked about, actually, big news with Braden Mann. He had, him and his wife had a daughter a week ago.
Oh.
So it's been an eventful few weeks for Braden Mann.
Congratulations.
Probably adds some significance to signing a 4-year contract, which he spoke about. You know, the fact that the Eagles wanted him to sign long-term really meant a lot to him. And then we also heard from Dameon Pierce, who says that, you know, he was refreshingly honest about like the injuries that he's had to go through, but still believing that he is the same player he was. There was a confidence that he expressed in being able to return to that form. And I enjoyed his personality in that there were questions about, you know, how he'd fit into the Eagles room, why he would sign with the Eagles with Saquon Barkley already as, you know, a main fixture in the backfield. And he talked about wanting to like play with a player like Saquon Barkley, and he really like deflected the notion that him and Tank Bigsby are similar in running style, which I think most people who watch those two would agree that they do have a similar running style, but I think he feels like he has to earn that label. So
okay,
yeah.
The way his name is spelled, Dame on.
I say Damien.
I mean, it is Damien, I believe.
Yeah.
The way it's spelled is a little bit different. When you think of Dame in terms of the like the British thing for a woman, who comes to mind for you?
Nobody.
Oh, Dame Judi Dench all day long.
Yeah.
Where are my Judi Dench heads at? I mean, you go Dame, I'm going Judi Dench before you even finish saying it. You know,
Judi Dench. Okay, I've seen some of these movies.
Chat? And when you hear Dame, you go Judi Dench.
I go Lillard, Dame Lillard, right?
Why don't I know any Dames?
Yeah, okay. You're a cool hip basketball fan, Lindsay, but I'm talking about in that usage. You know,
I would never think of that usage.
Maybe there's a Helen Mirren fan, but I feel like I hear Dame, I'm going Judi Dench all day long.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know any Dames. Now I'm a little upset that I don't know any Dames. I got a cousin named Dane. Shout out Dane.
Listen, that counts for something.
I know a lot of like the Sirs, like Sir David Beckham, members of the British Empire, Marcus Rashford, but these are mostly soccer related, as you can tell. British women, the woman who played Queen Elizabeth in The Crown, I don't know her name.
Claire Foy?
Sure.
Is that right?
Yeah.
There are a couple different seasons, right?
Yeah, I believe that is correct. So, I thought you were going to ask me about like my favorite Damon.
I don't know why, but.
And I would have said, I have 2.
Damon Wayans.
Damon Targaryen. Come on. What do you mean? There is also, and this is really bad for me. My dad had a kid he was like a man who played high school football for him. He's an unbelievable running back. And he went to Florida. But like I was so young that I only know his first name. I can't remember his last name.
Okay.
Like he was a really good player. So somebody in the chat will know him. He played for Narsetown High School.
Okay.
He went to Florida. He went by Bud in college. And I cannot for the life of me remember his last name. If my dad's watching, he's going to be really upset. But great player.
Good stuff. Shout out to W.A. Gordon in the chat, who was with me on Judy Dench. Some love for Maggie Smith. Yeah, you know, good for her, but come on, that's not where your mind goes. You're just trying to impress.
Somebody said Dame Lillard. CDP said Dame Lillard.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the big takeaway presented by our friends at Xfinity. What we have today, we have 64 potential outcomes for the Eagles next season that are varying degrees of unlikely. We're going to crown a winner here. And let's just take a look at the big bracket that Lindsay has put together. Fantastic stuff. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. Happy March Madness to you all. Now let's zero in. We're going to go with this first matchup for our big takeaway because this is a fun one. Two players who we have talked quite a bit about and two players who have some real upside this season. So we're going to start with the first matchup. Jalyx Hunt leads the Eagles in sacks versus DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving.
This is a good matchup.
We have talked about Jalyx Hunt's season as a pass rusher last year, very underrated. You know, one of the very few players over the past 5 years or so who hit the quarterback as often as he did, rushing the passer as often as he did in like some really elite company. And for guys to do that in the first or second year of their career, it's an even smaller group. And I think right now there's no obvious person who is definitely going to beat him out in sacks.
Yeah.
Then you go to DeVonta Smith, and I think the unsaid thing here is very clearly, if A.J. Brown moves on, we all expect that DeVonta Smith will lead the Eagles in receiving.
Yes.
Which one of these two do you think is more likely?
I might surprise you. I'm going with DeVonta Smith leading the Eagles in receiving.
Okay.
Because I think even if A.J. Brown is a part of this receiving core, there's still a chance that DeVonta Smith can lead the Eagles in receiving next year. I think his volume will be higher. I think there's a chance that even if A.J.'s back, you could see a little bit more of a fluctuation toward DeVonta as the volume receiver over A.J., who can be more of a I would say that A.J. is probably always going to be more than just, you know, a few explosive plays, get the ball in his hands type of player, obviously. But I do think that DeVonta might be like a rhythm player in the offense with Sean Mannion as the play caller. So I think there's at least still a pathway toward him leading the team in receiving with A.J. here. And then, yes, if they trade A.J., DeVonta is almost certainly going to lead them in receiving.
Yeah, and I also think I don't necessarily agree that if they both played 17 games, there's a likelihood that DeVonta would beat out A.J. Brown.
I didn't say a likelihood. I wouldn't go that far.
But there is obviously a path if A.J. misses time
for
DeVonta to get there. But we also have talked about it last season. I do think that it makes sense if they're both back for DeVonta to be sort of the focal point of the passing game.
Yeah.
And he's the guy, he's the chess piece that you're moving around. All chess pieces move around. And AJ is your sort of big play guy. I think that's possible. I wouldn't bet on it if the two of them are both here. Now, I also think if you had to ask me right now who's going to lead the Eagles in sacks next year,
you would say Jalyx Hunt.
I probably would say Jalyx Hunt.
But that could change the other way, where they could add somebody to that room.
Correct.
That is the Jalen Phillips of 2026.
Correct.
Yeah.
I could go either way on this one.
Yeah, this is a good first matchup. I'm glad you picked this one at the top because when you started to present the argument, I'm thinking like, yeah, Jalyx Hunt probably does have a clear pathway, but I don't know. Are we underselling Nolan Smith as a possibility to lead the team in sacks next year?
No, I think that's possible.
I mean, there's like a tiny % chance that Arnold Ebiketie leads the Eagles in sacks next year. I'd say like I'd put Arnold Ebiketie leading the Eagles in sacks way above like Darius Cooper having more receiving yards than DeVonta Smith.
Probably. I think if you're thinking of the ceiling for this team, you can loop Nolan in here as well. But I feel like Nolan and Jalyx and DeVonta are like
the ceiling raisers,
the good players who you could see ascending to like elite levels that would really help the team become better than maybe it looks on paper.
Yep, I agree. They're like the TNT on the roof, right? Like, you know, they can kind of blow the ceiling off this team.
Okay.
In a good way. Yeah.
Right, I'll take that.
Yeah. And now I'm curious who are like the floor like sinkers. Probably like Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens. Yeah.
Goddard, like if the wheels fall off there.
Yeah. AJ. Reek Woolen, like he has to just be better than a Dory Jackson for that defense to tread water at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think AJ is probably one too that we should talk about. I mean, if he falls off a cliff, that's definitely a floor sinker. But anyway,
right, let's go. Get it in your mind. We're gonna count to 3. We're both gonna say which one. Now we're voting for which one we think is more likely.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
DeVonta. Oh,
I surprised myself a little bit, but I'm pricing in the AJ Brown leaves.
I am so surprised. I was ready to cede this one to you.
I think you know me.
Yeah. You know what? That is true. We do a show together every day, and sometimes you still really do surprise me.
All right, let's close the big takeaway presented by Xfinity, and DeVonta Smith moves on to the second round. All right, let's go to the next matchup here.
Really quick, shout out to Christopher W. again in the chat. It was Damon Carroll, and he went by Bud Carroll in college. I mean, this guy is like my hero growing up. That's why I'm surprised I didn't remember his last name. But I didn't know him by his last name. I knew him as Damon.
Okay, that's fair.
He was like the kid that would like come over for dinner. Like he was like Coach's favorite player.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, this is my region, so just so that's out there.
Yes,
we understand that. Let's go to
that's why it was so good.
The second matchup in my region, which is after the season, Sean Mannion is hired as a head coach, and he's going up against after the season or during the season. Nick Sirianni is fired.
I had something similar in my region as well, at least for
Okay.
Sean Mannion. So I'm trying to think of the pathways here. Sean Mannion becomes a head coach because the Eagles are so amazing, and then Nick Sirianni keeps his job. But Sean Mannion could also become a head coach if the Eagles struggle. I do think that there is like...
Oh, I would be surprised.
I think there is a sliver of a pathway for the offense to be good. I guess, yeah, if the offense is good, maybe it's like, the Dirk Cutter situation where it's like they want to keep Sean Mannion in the building. I tend to agree with you, though, that's not really likely. So really, I'm just predicting, do I think the Eagles offense is going to be good or not? And as a result, do I think the Eagles are going to be good or not?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Sean Mannion becomes a head coach.
Okay.
No, now I'm realizing the possibility that they could be good, and he gets Davis webbed. Like he spends another year as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't think this is nice, but I think it's a slightly more likely thing that Nick doesn't make it through.
I would say so, but what I would say is that it's more about, I feel like there is a chance that the Eagles are a top 10 offense in the league and that Sean Mannion gets a lot of head coaching buzz, but it's not his cycle. They say, okay, next year is really going to be important for him.
Yeah.
Maybe he does the Ben Johnson. Maybe he waits and he's selective about his opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's more about me thinking like it might take Sean Mannion a year longer to become a head coach than we expect. It's more about that than me thinking the Eagles are going to tank or implode and that Nick Sirianni is going to get fired.
So which one are we going for?
I think we have to go Nick Sirianni
3,
gets fired.
2, 1, Nick. Okay.
Didn't feel great about that one.
No, I don't like it either.
I don't think that one's got legs.
But,
yeah.
Okay. Next up in the Bow region here, Darius Cooper tops 354 receiving yards. Now you might be wondering, why is it 354 receiving yards? Because that is the number that over the past
I know
5
seasons,
seasons,
that's the number.
it is the most receiving yards ever by the Eagles' number 3 receiver.
Yeah, you and I have some synergy on some of our.
You have this as well?
I had 300 yards, and I appreciate your specificity.
Okay, and that 354 was done by Quez Watkins in 2022.
Yep.
And he's going up against Johnny Mundt, scores a touchdown.
I also have a Johnny Mundt related one. Not that one though. I mean, as much as we are bullish on Darius Cooper, Johnny Mundt scoring a touchdown is a pretty low bar.
I agree.
It's like reasonably likely.
I think it is, by the odds, definitely more likely that Johnny Mundt scores a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But
Grant had one last year.
A man's got to have a code, and I am putting my weight behind Mr. Darius Cooper.
Jack Stoll never scored a touchdown with the Eagles.
Mm.
Okay, I'm in. Darius Cooper makes it through.
Darius Cooper makes it through. Next up, Our last matchup of the Bow region in the first round.
The Beauregards.
Howie Roseman acquires a veteran Pro Bowler from now through the trade deadline, and there's a little asterisk there. This is a Pro Bowler in the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
Or All-Pro. So Darius Smith doesn't count here.
Yeah.
But someone who has recently been an elite player, Howie Roseman, makes a big splash in a trade. Or Saquon Barkley finishes top 2 in the nation in rushing.
In the nation.
In the nation.
Like a college player. You're watching college basketball. You're thinking of it. Something just happened.
Great reaction out there. Yeah. Santa Clara hitting a 3.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Wow. If you guys.
Kentucky made it 2.
You guys. Oh, wait. It's a 2?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
It's going to overtime. Wow.
All right.
What a moment. Back to back.
Yeah, you guys got to do the double screen. Don't leave us, but you can double screen it.
That was
good energy in the studio.
That was like the what was his name? Marcus Smart.
Yes.
Carolina, and then Smart. Chris Jenkins.
Yeah.
Hits it back and
good callback.
Lindsay's got
all
the Villanova.
Am I allowed to say that Lindsay's she's wearing the Villanova crew neck sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys never know what she looks like, but she's got the Villanova sweatshirt on today.
If you know I went to Villanova, you can maybe piece together what I look like.
Yeah, possible. All right.
Saquon, top 2 in the nation in
top
rushing.
2 in the nation.
Wait, but you know what? That could take on its own meaning. Like, well, he's gonna have more rushing yards than the top rusher in college, but
yeah, no,
never know. And then what was the other one?
Howie makes a trade for
a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, a Pro Bowler from the last 2 seasons.
This is a tough one, I think. And this trade window starts now.
Yes,
it could be next week.
Correct.
I think
Jonathan Grenard would qualify here.
I think I still lean Saquon. I could see Saquon.
This offense gonna.
I'm looking something up. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, what positions?
Brian Thomas made a Pro Bowl.
Okay. All right, that's good. Well, I was going to say, what are the positions that Howie could make this kind of splash?
Edge rusher for sure.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Wide receiver if they trade AJ.
Yeah.
Those are the 2.
Safety is the only other one.
Yeah, could they make like a splashy trade for a veteran safety? Like, I don't know who it is off the top of my head, but yeah, I could see it. Especially if they trade AJ,
I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Howie trade.
Howie.
Okay, we'll get Saquon later.
Okay,
I'm confident.
All right, Howie moves on. Should we go through the rest of my bracket? I think we should declare a winner in this region and then take a break and get to your region.
Yeah, I like that. Let me here while you go through this region. Let me think of a good tease through the break.
Okay. All right. So that means the next matchup here is DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving, or Nick Sirianni gets fired. I would go DeVonta leads the Eagles in receiving here.
Yes, I would agree. I think that one. Yeah. That's like the Nick Sirianni gets fired was like a plucky underdog that just gets smacked in the second round.
Yes. Yeah. Then Darius Cooper hits the Quez Watkins bar, or Howie trades or signs a veteran Pro Bowler between now and the trade deadline.
I would take Howie on this one, as much as I love Darius Cooper.
I think it's the first time we're going up against each other. I'm going Darius Cooper. Gotta support my guy. That means Lindsay.
I'm about to say you want to let the chat decide?
Or we do rock paper scissors.
Why don't we let the chat decide through the ad break? They can do the poll, or if Lindsay can do the poll. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so presumptuous.
All right, let's do that then.
All
Darius Cooper versus Howie signs a vet. We'll let, for once, the chat have a voice.
And on the other side of this break, you'll find out what math error I made that also made extra work for Lindsay.
Ooh, it's bracket week. It's all starting on Thursday. And you know what that means? 64 teams, 63 games, 63 chances for you to win. Because winning is everything at Bet365. And thanks to Bet365's early payout offers, leaving early has never been safer. If your team is up by 10 at any point in the game, Bet365 will pay out your bet right there on the spot. It is that simple, because at Bet365, they know but the city with America's best fans also has America's worst traffic. Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the app today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please gamble responsibly. Must be present in Pennsylvania. $10 minimum deposit required. Bonus bet wager excluded from returns. New customers only. 21 and older. Time limits, minimum odds, and terms and conditions apply. In-app only. Void where prohibited. Bet365, where winning is everything.
Starting something new can be terrifying. Before I joined the show, I remember thinking to myself, what if nobody listens? What if my co-host never admits when he's wrong? But sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith. And it definitely helps when you've got the right tools behind you, like Shopify. Shopify is a commerce platform behind millions of businesses worldwide and about 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. You can build a beautiful online store with hundreds of ready-to-use templates, and Shopify's built-in AI tools can help you write product descriptions, page headlines, and even improve product photos. Plus, you can run email and social campaigns, you can manage your inventory, handle shipping and returns, track analytics all in one place, and when you need help, their 24/7 customer support has your back. It's time to turn those what-ifs into real dollars with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/allcity. Again, this can be a real tool for you guys. It's at shopify.com/allcity.
We're back on the PHLY Eagles Podcast. Bo Wulf and EJ Smith, and the results are in heavily in favor of Howie Roseman over Darius Cooper.
I just cast my vote after the results.
You're all dead to me. That's fine.
So we're back to berating them. We should have shouted the chat out at the beginning of the show because we talked about the power of the PHLY Eagles Podcast chat.
Mm-hmm.
The comments yesterday, incredible. Incredible. Thank you all who commented for helping us get some content out of it.
I mean, you don't need to throw a parade for you doing your job.
No, that's not their job. But again, now we know how powerful you are. We're going to put you guys to work.
All right, let's declare a winner in this region. DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving, or Howie Roseman makes a blockbuster move.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
DeVonta.
All right, DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving.
That was a tough one.
That goes through. All right, let's get to the EJ Smith region. You tell me what you got here.
All right. So our first matchup in the EJ Smith region is Saquon Barkley leads the league, not the nation, in rushing yards. Not top 2, leads the league.
Okay.
Against my boy Cam Latu, having more offensive snaps than Johnny Mundt. It's a classic 1 versus 8 seed.
This is very clearly Cam Latu to me.
Really?
Yes. I mean, Johnny Munt's not guaranteed to make the team.
You hate Johnny Mundt.
Johnny Mundt might get injured. Cam Latu might get 9 snaps on offense, and it's more than Johnny Mundt. Saquon has to beat out the whole league.
I'm surprised you went this way.
It's just not even the math here is overwhelmingly in favor of Cam Latu.
Yeah, but like realistically, like Cam Latu's not going to outsnap Johnny Mundt.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm probably Cam Latu's most invested observer at this point.
Johnny Mundt is 32 years old.
You hate Johnny
break his back tomorrow.
He might
as well be 1,000.
I'm 31, and I don't appreciate you being like, oh, he's 32. You could just...
Yeah, you know the difference.
You could crack a hip.
Yeah. This is not even close.
You could wake up with arthritis.
Yeah.
He could,
Saquon's got to lead the whole league.
He could sneeze and get dizzy. No, Saquon winning the rushing title, while it is, it would be hard to do, it's on the table for him. It's not like you usually see rushing title winners in clusters. Derrick Henry is an example. Ezekiel Elliott before that. I did my homework on when guys have done this. Ezekiel Elliott did this twice in 3 years. So
yeah, early
there's precedent. Yeah. I mean, not that much earlier.
Not close.
Wow. All right.
You have one is a 50-50 proposition just to begin with.
Like this is a quit while you're ahead situation for me. Sure, I'll send Cam Latu through to the next round.
Right. Latu moves on.
This is a surprise Cinderella story.
Yeah. Who could have seen it coming that you would have rigged the deck in favor of Cam Latu making it far in your bracket?
I mean, listen, maybe he'll have like a standout training camp, catch a couple passes from Jalen. All of a sudden, we're right in the training camp. Oh, man, I'm getting excited just talking about this. The training camp observations headline on like day 3. Cam Latu having a strong training camp. It could happen.
All right, what do we get next?
All right. So I had Sean Mannion spend just 1 year as the Eagles offensive coordinator, not becomes a head coach. So that's a wider range of possibilities. Against Darius Cooper surpasses 2 of the 3 stat totals. So again, also a wider range. 25 catches, 300 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. The last one to do it, as we talked about, Quez Watkins. I think this one's actually another upset.
I think it's Darius Cooper.
Yeah, I think Darius Cooper makes it through.
Okay. Listen, the Mannion thing also incorporates, we had him in the past going up against Nick. Nick gets fired. I think if Nick
but he
gets
could
fired,
get fired in this
he
scenario.
also gets fired. But I'll go Cooper.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Number 3, or the 3 seed, Jalen Hurts finishes next season as an All-Pro. And then one of my favorite ones I did, Reek Woolen has more interceptions than Quinyon Mitchell.
I mean, again, very clearly, Reek Woolen has more interceptions.
I don't know if that's as clear. That's
what are
not
you
as
talking
clear.
about?
I understand he will have more opportunities to get interceptions because he will be targeted more. But, I mean, listen, he's still going to make the plays.
Jalen Hurts has to be named the #1 quarterback.
No, All-Pro. I didn't say first team All-Pro.
Okay. One of the 2 best quarterbacks in football, or a guy who usually gets more interceptions than the other guy does that. Come on.
I thought this one was
It's
interesting. It's not
It's
a
interesting to
not a
talk
foregone
about,
conclusion.
but
You
we have
think-
other Jalen ones coming up.
Also,
This is not even close.
you're discounting the possibility that Quinyon Mitchell is due for some interception regression. He is the better cornerback of the duo here. He could get more interceptions than Reek Woolen.
He could.
Just like Jalen could have a resurgent season in 2026. I got to
These
defend
are
my
not-
entries
these are
here.
Not even close. This is like the Eagles win the Super Bowl, or AJ Brown has more receiving yards than DeVonta Smith.
No, that's not it. That
is.
is not the right framing. No.
What do you mean?
It's not.
It's exactly the same.
I thought this one was closer. I'm probably going with Reek Woolen. I love an upset, but I thought this one was a little bit closer.
Definitely Reek. All right, what's our last one here?
All right, 4-5. This is where my math error came into play. Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens start a combined 29 regular season games in 2026. I originally had 34 and realized that they would have to play every single game for that to happen.
Okay.
And thought it would probably be better if I made it 29.
Okay. Yeah. No, that didn't win. Reek won. Yeah.
And then number 5, the Eagles use a premium pick, first or second round, in a trade between now and the trade deadline. Similar to yours, but you could use this as a trade up.
I would go Dickerson and Jurgens here.
Hey, think about the
Well, hold on.
possibilities for the premium pick.
Trading up in the first round.
If they
counts?
trade up in the first round, that counts.
Oh, well then that.
Okay.
So all it needs to be is like
Let's say they
trading
have
from
to
23 to
No,
21.
let's say it's not trading your first rounder to move up in
Okay,
the
so
first
23
round.
it's
They would have to
second.
give up a future second or a second round pick to make that count.
Okay.
They are giving up.
Okay.
I guess that it makes sense to me. Like if you trade a first and a fourth, you're not giving up a premium pick. They give up a premium pick to add to
Okay,
this
I
year's
see.
team.
Okay.
Yeah.
And first and second is
First and second are the ones that count, not a third.
I'll go with the offensive lineman.
I think I'm going with the premium pick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I could see Howie using a premium asset to push his chips into this year's team, or push his chips in the table for this year's team to try and maximize this team's chances of winning a Super Bowl. I could see that more than I could see Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens starting 29 combined games.
I would still go with Cam and Jurgens. I mean, they got the mutant genes now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what to make of that. I'm like, oh, they're fixed.
I don't think they're going to trade a 1 or 2. I think
could
the
see
3. I think it's usually the 3 is what Howie wants.
I could see him trading a 2 for a Pro Bowler, like we talked about.
Okay. I'm going the other way. So
How are we
either
ready to
you
tie this
relent
time?
or we both
I don't want to relent on this one. I like this one.
All right. Well,
The chat says EJW.
that's what one person says.
Well, no, because it's Machiavel, and he said Bo is correct earlier. So he's calling it like he sees it. They're calling it like
that's
they
fine.
see it.
All right, let's go to the second round matchup atop
then
while we wait for some feedback on
Okay.
that matchup.
Yeah. We don't need a poll. We
Cam
can
Latu versus
weigh in on the
Darius
chat.
Swooper.
Let's do Cam Latu just to keep it from being Darius.
I'm going Cam
Darius
Latu here.
Yeah.
And then Reek Woolen against this one. And I'm going Reek Woolen against whatever wins here. Yeah.
Let me think about this. Especially I'll buy Lindsay some time to catch up because we're flying through my side of the bracket. I think you're underselling the potential for Howie Roseman to use a premium asset to boost this team. And it also,
When's
if
the
they
last time he's traded away a first or second,
if they trade AJ Brown, they will have more picks at their disposal. Like if they trade a second for a receiver to backfill after an AJ Brown trade, that still counts.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Lindsay. She got the poll up.
Got it up.
I didn't even want to ask. All right, let's buy him some time.
Looks like Dickerson Jurgens is going to run away with this one.
Really? Oh, it's like one vote. You love calling it early. Now I'm weighing in. See, is it unethical for me to vote on the poll myself?
I think that's fine.
I think it's a little unethical. It's like it's supposed to be what the chat thinks. They know what I think.
Much of your ethics to begin with.
That's not fair.
No, I think that's fine. It's only one vote.
Yeah, but again, it's the spirit of it is that it's the chat's opinion that is at the third party, the checks and balances. Yeah, the more I talk through it, the more I'm like, ooh, I don't like how that feels. All right, you know what? I recuse myself then. Okay. Let's go Dickerson Jurgens, make it through.
And then Reek Woolen beats them both. And then it goes to Cameron Latu has more offensive snaps than Johnny Mundt, or Reek Woolen has more interceptions than Quinyon Mitchell.
This is really my type of what is this, the Elite Eight?
The Elite Eight.
This is my type of Elite Eight matchup here. I mean, we're just talking about traitsy guys here. This is great. I'm going Cam Latu still.
I'm going
Cinderella story.
This is definitely Reek Woolen.
I think you are underselling the potential that Quinyon Mitchell could just have more interceptions.
But that would be a surprise.
It wouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Just because
it would be a surprise.
He hasn't had any, I know that. But like he is one of the best corners in the NFL.
Who do you think is favored to have more interceptions next year? Reek Woolen or Quinyon Mitchell?
I bet you it's Quinyon Mitchell.
You are wrong. You are just wrong.
How do you find the odds? I would like to see it, actually. Reek Woolen.
This is insane.
Reek Woolen had one interception last year.
Okay.
That's
still more than Quinyon. And he's going to get thrown at more.
Yeah, but he got thrown at plenty last year, too. He was in a good secondary last year. I think you're underselling. Like, Quinyon Mitchell is a great cornerback. Just because he hasn't had interceptions, he's had him in the postseason.
Just because
you've seen him in the postseason
stone doesn't mean.
But it is an opportunity thing for me more than the hands being made of stone. He's dropped a few. But I think that there's reason for positive regression there. I think I'm
not saying
making that sound like a foregone conclusion.
No chance of getting 3 interceptions next year.
Yeah, and then Reek Woolen might have one.
Are absolutely in favor of it being Reek Woolen.
You say that, but you haven't shown me any proof. I need receipts on the odds because I don't know how to find them.
Use your brain.
No, I am. I think that Quinyon Mitchell could have positive regression. I think you're underselling what Quinyon Mitchell could do. And I think you're also overselling. Like, Reek Woolen was in a great secondary last year. He only had one. He's had 2 and 3. He had 2 in 2023. He had 3 in 2024, and he had 1 in 2025. So you're telling me that he's going to have like 3 or 4 interceptions next year? I think you're overselling it.
I say this knowing everything that comes with it.
Maybe you shouldn't say it then.
I'm wondering if this is the dumbest argument that's ever been made on the show.
No, it definitely has not. That's outrageous. That's ridiculous. That is more of a dumb argument than what I'm arguing right now.
I said I'm wondering. This is nuts.
Progression to the mean. Thank you. I can't read the name. SRG. Thank you.
The answer is Reek Woolen. Reek Woolen is going through the finals.
You can put him through. I think you are. I think the fact that you're like, oh, this is definitely happening. Maybe
I'm not saying it's definitely happening. I'm saying the odds are definitely in favor of this happening.
Yeah, and then Cam Latu having more snaps than Johnny Mundt, also likely, as we've concluded.
Well, I think it's possible.
We can put that one through. I don't like how dismissive you are about like, oh, that's 100% happening. I mean, what are you doing?
No, don't change my argument.
Chat's in your favor.
I didn't say it's definitely happening. It's definitely favored to happen.
I'm not certain. Like, if you are an NFL bookmaker and you're looking at Quinyon Mitchell and Riq Woolen, you might say Quinyon Mitchell is more likely to have interceptions because he's a better player. I don't think that's crazy.
All right. Let's take a break and find out what kind of dumb stuff we can argue about on the other side.
If you love the NFL Draft, then this is your edge. The Die-Hard NFL Draft Guide is built and based off of thousands of hours of film study, being boots on the ground, Shrine Bowl, Senior Bowl, Combine, talking to scouts, talking to coaches, really getting a feel for where these players are best going to fit and project in the NFL. And we're talking hundreds of players in this class.
There is no comparison. This is the best draft guide for Eagles fans. You get player comps, you get all the data, and you get Fran's insight. And here's the bottom line. There is nobody in the entire world who is better suited to be an NFL draft expert and an Eagles expert than my good friend, Fran Duffy.
All right, so what are you going to find in the guide? Well, you're going to find player comps. You're going to find strengths, weaknesses, physical tools, analytics, highlights, analysis from all across the space, everything you need to try and determine who are the best players for your team. You get access to the guide if you're a diehard, and you'll also get access to a couple of individual breakdowns I'm doing specifically for your team. All right, look, if you want surface level breakdowns, you can get them anywhere, but if you want independent thought, if you want thorough breakdowns on all of these prospects, become a diehard, get the guide. Or you can get access to the 2026 guide for just $26. Let's win draft season.
So I was filling out my bracket the other day, and this guy sort of sidles up to me, and he goes, "Hey, Bo, I think you should take Ohio State to win the whole thing." I said, "Ray, get away from me. I'm taking TCU. I'm not a moron. Thank you." And that is not the Shady Ray that we're talking about. No, we are talking about the great people at Shady Rays who have the best sunglasses company in the game. And why are they the best? Because you're not only getting quality sunglasses, but you are getting the best protection, real thing in the business. Nothing better than the way that if you lose your sunglasses, you get them replaced with Shady Rays. If you break your sunglasses, you get them replaced with Shady Rays. Brand new pair, no guilt trip, just replacements. So now you can actually wear your sunglasses wherever you want to take them. On a hike, at the concert, whatever it is. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. So go to shadyrays.com. Use code PHLYSR for 40% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. We're back on the PHLY Eagles Podcast. Bo and EJ. Time now for the first of 2 fan submission quadrants. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I've seen most of these.
Okay. Jalen Hurts finishes in the top half of the league in the percentage of throws he makes over the middle of the field. Or Darius Big Play Slay unretires to play for the Eagles.
I'm almost afraid to say which one I think is more likely here.
3, 2, 1.
Slay unretires.
Top half of the league is... I mean, Jalen's been in like the bottom 3 his whole career.
A marginal increase, I think you could expect.
20th, yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to major in it, and that's fine. He doesn't need to major in it. Yeah. And there's totally a scenario where Riq Woolen doesn't have any interceptions because, that's totally on the table. I will let it go, I promise. I was just having fun with that. There's a scenario where Slay unretires to help the Eagles out. I can see that.
For sure.
Be a fun story.
All right, let's move to Wawa What's Brewing. And we talk a little bit about the offensive line here with a little connection to a current starter and what might happen in the draft. So we've got Cam Jurgens moves to guard at some point this season, which is something that, you've heard.
I was going to say, that's a
theory.
Loyal listener to the show.
Going in about. And that goes up against the Eagles draft 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds this year.
Was this the same person that commented these? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Because these are 2 of my pet topics on the show. So this is really tough for me.
Well, I did bracket them together on purpose.
To make me choose.
No, to keep it thematic.
Okay, I respect that. I'm going to go 2 offensive linemen drafted in the first 3 rounds. It's something I could totally see the Eagles doing. Cam Jurgens moving to guard is something that's more on my long-term radar than something that I think is that could happen immediately. Maybe the Eagles do draft a center in the draft, and they move Cam Jurgens to guard because of that, because they feel better about like an early draft pick slotting in there. But I think like if it's about the Drew Kendall of it all, you know, the encouragement internally about what Drew Kendall looks like, I think that's more of a long-term thing.
Shout out to Nepa, who did submit both of these.
Oh, shout out.
Apparently.
Yeah, thank you.
I think you're right. I think the Jurgens thing, I would be surprised if they did that mid-season.
Yeah.
Right? It seems like it would be more of an off-season project.
Maybe Drew Kendall's a training camp, you know, stock up guy. Yeah.
And I also think right now, I think there's a good chance that they draft 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds. They've got 4 picks, so I don't think that's impossible at all. Yeah,
I mean, we've said it a few times on the show. I could see them doubling up on the offensive line in the first 3 rounds of the draft. It's something that Howie Roseman always prioritizes. It's harder to find those guys, especially guys that you want to start early in their careers. It's hard to find those guys in the later rounds. So for that reason, you know, given the lack of depth they have at those positions, I could totally see them doubling up.
And I also see in the chat some people saying that, you know, Jurgens wasn't good at guard in 2022.
This is a different system.
The idea behind this is more that it's paired with what they want from that position in this scheme. You want that guy to be a little bit more on the move. And I think, you know, maybe that would make sense.
Yeah, I completely agree.
All right. So congratulations to 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds. That will move on, and that'll close the book on what's brewing, presented by our friends at Wawa.
Thanks for listening, Nepa. Appreciate that. That's like flattering to me.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Flattering. Next up, we have Howie Roseman breaks his no in-season Encanto.
Are you okay?
No.
It happens to the best of us. I said something earlier today, too, that was like nonsensical.
I don't know what's going on. No in-season contract. There is an in-season contract extension for Howie Roseman. Now let's define that. After camp breaks, but before week 1, does that count?
No, I don't think that counts.
Okay, so it's got to be after.
The spirit of it is to avoid being in season and having players feel like they're playing favorites.
Yeah, but I think the spirit of it would include that.
You think so?
Yes.
Who would be like a potential extension that they could do? Now I'm trying to protect myself against
what if the
like
Jalen Carter thing drags on.
Okay, I think the Jalen Carter thing would count.
Yeah.
It's more like I'm trying to think do they have a player that's like, you know, it would be an insignificant extension, but one that they would still want to get done. Kind of like the Reed Blankenship extension. Now that didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't happen in this time frame, but you know, in that vein, a player that's maybe an undrafted guy that you want to take care of before the season. Nobody comes to mind for me. Like, you know, not that he's undrafted, but Will Shipley wouldn't be somebody I'd expect.
Right.
Yeah. I think we're probably safe is the answer.
Here's the only one that could make sense, but this one really would be going up against the reason that they don't do it, and that is Rick Woolen.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that.
Yeah.
I think they would wait.
Yeah.
You're saying training camp? Like, oh, he had such a good camp?
No, that one would be in season. Like, he has a great first half of the season.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? Let's lock this up.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
And that we didn't even talk about what that's going up against. That is going up against Andy Dalton has one good game. There's a week of Dalton mania.
I'm taking that one.
Okay.
I'm not as bullish on Andy Dalton as you.
Don't paint me as the Andy Dalton guy.
No, you love the guy. You said that he's basically the second coming of Tanner McKee. Even though he's 39 years old next season, he's going to be slinging it, the red rifle.
I don't think it makes sense for this.
You said that you're going to buy some red hair dye.
So cap poor. Oh my gosh, we can't afford to sign Brandon Graham anymore. But we can pay Andy Dalton $4 million to be the third quarterback. Come on.
I don't.
Give me a break.
I don't think he is a typical Eagles backup quarterback, number 2 quarterback. He is not the game day backup.
Than when they signed Joe Flacco?
Yeah, I think Joe Flacco's different. Joe Flacco, the difference to me is Joe Flacco can still like throw the ball on a rope 30 yards downfield, even at his age. Andy Dalton is like the exact opposite of that. He is like,
he's got a weak arm. I agree.
Yeah, he's got a weak arm. He has no mobility. He doesn't feel like the Eagles game day backup to me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fine. But is it a $4 million luxury?
Sure.
To babysit in the quarterback room?
I agree.
Either they're lying about it, or that says a terrible thing about how they feel about Jalen Hurts.
It could be either. I think that the most likely scenario, because I take them at their word there, that like it's not a reflection of a Tanner McKee trade being imminent, but also like, of course they're going to say that. Even like if a team calls them, of course they're going to be like, yeah, the Andy Dalton thing has nothing to do with Tanner. I think it's for optionality. I could still see them moving on from Tanner, but I think they'd be just as I think they'd be happy to have Tanner back. So it's not imminent for that reason.
Okay. So who are you voting for here?
I'm going Andy Dalton, even though all of what I said qualified it necessarily. You know, I love a qualifier.
Okay. Andy Dalton moves on. Last in this quarter, Dallas Goedert plays all 17 games, or Jalen Carter spits on Dak again.
These are two very unlikely ones.
I like that one. That's a good one.
I mean, it's Dallas Goedert plays all 17
but that was funny. It's a funny one. All right. Darius Slay unretires.
Honestly, let me just say very quickly. the commenters' submissions were better than mine. I can hand up on that one.
Now, I do think some Eagle has an opportunity to do the funniest thing, which is for
spit
them
on
to
Dak.
spit on Dak. Yeah.
It's not funny. It shouldn't be funny. It is funny.
I mean, how funny would it be if,
like Jalyx Hunt,
as they're doing the coin toss,
who would be the funniest one to
Jake
do it?
Elliott spits on Dak at midfield? Like, I think
what about Britton Covey?
Funny.
Britton Covey?
Covey, yeah.
I feel like Britton Covey would be like shocking though. Be like, I can't believe you.
How about you get both of them? How about the Eagles Slay unretires just for this game and then spits on Dak and leaves?
You could see that.
Yeah,
I could see Slay more than I could see Britton Covey. That's for sure.
Okay.
I could see an unretired Slay.
I'm putting 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds over Slay unretires.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a pretty easy one.
Okay, and then Andy Dalton has a good game that lights Philly on fire for a week.
This is
Dallas
really tough.
Goedert plays all 17 games.
This is difficult. This is very difficult. I mean, Andy Dalton, if he does become the number 2 quarterback, is probably going to play. Like, even if Jalen's healthy, most times you expect to see your backup quarterback play in like the regular season finale at least, right? But he might not be the number 2.
Mm.
But Dallas Goedert, I mean, even last year he was healthy and he played 15 games.
Yeah. I'm going Dalton.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
No, you know what? I think Goedert has a chance here.
Okay.
This one is like, do you think that you're going to, I don't even want to make up scenarios, but you know what I mean? Like a 10% chance versus a 10% chance.
Yeah. You want to go Goedert?
No, let's go Dalton because it's not going to make it any further.
Yeah. I think 2 O-linemen in 3 rounds is going to move on and get to the final 4.
Yeah. Especially, this game is taking longer than I expected it to.
I think that's good.
Something about us in a bracket.
All right. O-line 2 and 3 rounds goes to the final 4.
It doesn't even matter who you put through on the Dalton Goedert
It's Dalton,
thing.
but,
Yeah, Dalton.
For the completists filling out your brackets at home.
Posterity?
It's Andy Dalton.
Is that the right use of that
posterity,
word?
yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take our last break. On the other side, find out who else joins 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds, Rick Woolen and DeVonta Smith. Let's talk Wawa, our friends at Wawa, because right now, Wawa has a $5 deal all day long, and it just makes life easier. If you're starting early, you can grab that $5 big breakfast meal deal. We're talking a sizzly, any flavor you want, hash brown, and any size hot or iced coffee. That's a full morning win for $5, available 5 to 11 a.m. But it doesn't stop there because the value keeps rolling in with the roasted chicken sandwich, or my favorite, the crispy chicken sandwich, created your way, starting at just $5. They've even got a new teriyaki recipe for a limited time. Real food, real value, and built for busy days. So start your day strong and fuel up whenever you need it with Wawa's $5 deals. Limited time. Exclusions apply. See Wawa.com for details. You know it. Gotta have a Wawa. College basketball's on. We're all filling out our brackets. You know what that means? It means that spring is back, and that means Rita's is back. That's right. It is the sweet sound of Rita's season, and all your favorite frozen treats are back and better than ever. Nothing hits like that first refreshing Italian ice of the season. Or maybe you're a frozen custard person. Smooth, creamy, perfect every time. And if you really want to do it right, go with the gelati. Layered just the way you like it. You get the best of both worlds. Now we're talking. Sun's out, flavors are popping, and it's officially treat yourself weather. And don't forget, download the Rita's app because new app users get a free small gelati, ice, or custard with their first purchase. That's free happiness waiting for you. So treat yourself to a scoop of happiness with Rita's today. Be cool. Go to Rita's. Learn more at ritasice.com. Oh, we're having a good time. Welcome back.
I am excited to go to Rita's after the show. It's going to be fun.
All you ladies pop your flavors like this.
So you didn't have to say it again.
All right. The final quadrant that we have here.
All right.
Also courtesy of the sickos in the comments.
Shout out to the sickos.
Shout out to the sickos. Jalen Hurts wins NFL MVP, or there were several submissions in the lane of Tanner McKee becomes the Eagles' starting quarterback. And not through injury is the or at least, maybe it's a short-term injury and then he keeps it.
This one feels gross too, kind of like the Nick gets fired one. It's like it could happen. I don't think anybody wants us to spend a lot of time in that hypothetical. Let's go 3, 2, 1 on it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hurts MVP. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. Sean Mannion.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely. I think they're both unlikely, but
it's unlikely.
All right, next up.
That was good Brummy. That was a good Brum accent.
If you say so.
It was good. I'm going to give myself the pat on the back. It's been a rough week for my accents.
Jordan Mailata. Hollywood Brown tops 1,000 yards receiving, or McWilliams gets a pick 6.
Probably
this is easy to
the
me.
McWilliams pick 6,
McWilliams gets
just
a pick
because
6.
it's one thing that has to
That's
happen.
exactly right.
Yeah,
So that is one play.
Hollywood Brown could have a really good season. Has he ever had a 1,000-yard season?
He had one, I think, his third year in Baltimore.
I mean, I like him, but
I think an excellent season for Hollywood Brown with the Eagles.
500 yards?
Like excellent. Man, that was so awesome. Would be 600 yards.
Yeah, but say he had 587 with the Chiefs last year. Yeah, if he catches 50 balls and has 600 yards, you feel great about that.
All right, McWilliams pick 6.
I like a McWilliams.
Welcome to the second round.
McWilliams and Hollywood Brown, I feel like they would like each other.
Okay, I can get that.
I don't know exactly why. They have the same, although somebody in the comments said I say vibes too much, but they do. They have the same vibe.
Okay.
I'm a millennial. Let me say vibes.
Next up, EJ wins Swooper.
It's not going to happen.
Or an Eagle wins Defensive Player of the Year.
Ooh.
Now, that's a fun one because it could be
defensive
Carter.
Player, not defensive rookie. Yeah, this is easy.
Quinyon. Could be Cooper DeJean.
What do we?
Jalyx Hunt.
Why are we still talking about this? An Eagle wins Defensive Player of the Year.
I think you are underselling your own odds of winning Swooper. It's still a 3-person game.
Yeah, but it's not a 33% chance. It's like a 20% chance.
Yeah, but don't you think that's a higher chance than an Eagle winning DPOY?
You just named a bunch of guys who have a decent chance of winning it.
Okay.
Zach Bond, Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell. You didn't mention Reek Woolen. I find that interesting. Yeah, I think Defensive Player of the Year.
I would go EJ Swooper here.
You can put it through if you want, so that we can.
Okay with the DPOY.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, let's go Eagles DPOY.
And I know there's people out there reaching out to me about Flu World Order. No early victory. Victory
good
laps.
Position, but it's going to come down to there's a couple guys who are still out there that will really determine it.
Keep it calm.
All right,
keep it calm.
Last matchup of the first round. Exciting stuff. Nolan Smith or Jalyx Hunt gets at least 13 sacks, or Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis gets at least 10 sacks.
Man, That's a really good submission from the audience because those are really lofty sack numbers. I mean, what did he have his rookie season? He had 6 his rookie season. He had 3 last year. I think I'm going Jalyx Hunt or Nolan Smith gets 13. I mean, Jalyx had 6.5 last year.
If I had to say right now who I think is going to lead the Eagles in sacks, I would say Jalyx Hunt.
Yeah.
And yet, in my mind, it feels more likely that Jalen Carter would get 10 sacks than Jalyx Hunt would get 13 sacks.
Sorry, when you said "in my mind," I thought of the Temptations song. In my mind.
Oh, that's good.
It's a good song. I mean, Aaron Donald did have a lot of double-digit sack seasons. I was going to say it's just hard for defensive tackle to get that many.
Yeah.
How many? I need to stop using Aaron Donald as the template for.
I think it would be surprising and disappointing if at some point in his career with the Eagles, Jalen Carter doesn't have a double-digit sack season.
You say that. Chris Jones has only had 3 in his career. Let's see how many Fletcher Cox
have. I'm guessing 2.
1. He got to 10.5 in 2018. It's hard. He had 9.5 in 2015. So I'll give you your guess.
No, I'm not going to take it.
It's a good guess. It's just hard for defensive tackle to get double digits.
All right, so let's go Jalyx Hunt.
Yeah, let's go Jalyx Hunt.
Smith, 13.
That was a good thought experiment. Again, shout out to the commenters.
All right. Jalen Hurts MVP or McWilliams pick 6?
McWilliams pick 6, I think.
Unfortunately, I think that's right.
MVP is tough. I mean, they'd have to be number 1 seed. Jalen had to be playing out of his mind. I think Saquon's always going to take some of his votes. Yeah.
Eagles DPOY or Nolan Smith and Jalyx Hunt, 13 sacks.
I think I'm going Eagles DPOY. It's tough. This is a hard one.
I think I'm going to go Jalyx Hunt, Nolan Smith.
Okay.
I don't feel super strong about
Neither do I. I mean, we just said that we don't think Jalen Carter is going to have 10 plus sacks.
Yeah. But that means that you don't think he's going to win DPOY. That's what
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So really, it's just Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean that could win it.
Yeah.
I could see Cooper DeJean winning DPOY. He gets like a lot of NFL cred.
I know.
Like, and like the NFL Top 100, All Pro. I could see it. But
I'm going with the edge guys.
I think the edge guys is probably the right.
And I would go with them over McWilliams as well.
Yeah, McWilliams had a good run.
All right.
He might not play a single defense snap next year.
Right. All right. So the Final Four is set. Oh, this is perfect timing. This is fantastic. Okay. On the fan side, we've got Jalyx Hunt or Nolan Smith gets at least 13 sacks, or the Eagles draft 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds.
Oh, this one's clear to me.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Eagles draft 2 offensive linemen.
Okay. Going to the finals.
That was like when you sing happy birthday for somebody who has many different titles. It's like everybody's got to come up with their own thing.
How many people do you sing happy birthday for that have many different titles?
My dad.
Okay.
He's got a man of many names. That happens. You've got aunts and uncles.
Dench, yeah.
It's a good callback.
All right. And they're going up. And then on the other side, we've got DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving, or Rick Woolen has more interceptions than Quinyon Mitchell.
I can't believe this has made it that far. DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving. No. Your reign has ended.
I don't know.
No.
Again, one is favored.
DeVonta. You keep saying it's favored like you looked it up.
I'm sorry that common sense does not.
I have common sense. I have common sense. It's the other sense.
I'm going to go with DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving.
Your understanding.
Your goes up
flexibility.
In the championship game, DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving in 2026, or Howie Roseman drafts at least 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds in order to find out who will be crowned champion of this memorable, unlikely bracket. If you're watching in fast, you'll have to go to allphly.com. Check out the answer in EJ time.
Oof. Wow. Chills. My goodness. What a hosting job that was.
All right. On the count of 3.
Oh, I don't know. This one's pretty good. This is a good matchup. This is a good final.
Good matchup.
Yeah.
How many turkeys would you put on DeVonta leads the Eagles in receiving this year?
Yeah, you know, and thank you, because this will help me. You know, I'm the type of person, so I do a podcast. It helps to talk through it. I put it at 47 turkeys.
Okay.
Just slightly less than 50, I would say. Where are you at?
I think that's about right, because there's a path for him to do it even if AJ comes back.
Yeah.
There's also a possibility he doesn't do it even if AJ leaves.
Yeah, it's
unlikely.
But yeah,
unlikely, there's a few turkeys that you got to save for that.
Like trade for like Jamar Chase or something.
Or just he gets injured.
Yeah, sure. But I'm saying, like, could they trade for somebody that would really be a true number 1A?
And now, how many turkeys would you put on the Eagles draft 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds? They may not keep all 4 of those picks. It's a possibility. They have other holes.
First 3 rounds. I probably put that at like 56. I think I'm leaning toward that one. I mean, they need a receiver. Like, if you're thinking about the types of positions, and obviously the board has to fall that way, but they need a receiver. They could use an edge rusher. But otherwise, I really do. I think they're going to load up on offensive line. Yeah, I think you get the tight end in round 4 if you really needed to. But they could go tight end in like the 3rd, or like I don't know if I'd see them doing it in the 2nd, but they could draft Sadiq in the 1st. If they draft Quinyon Sadiq in the 1st, I almost feel stronger that they're going to go double offensive line.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I only think that this happens if they draft a tackle in the 1st round.
Oh, I disagree. I could see them trading up for Sadiq, like a small trade up where they keep their 3 picks on day 2, and then they go tackle guard. Oh yeah, I could see the
second round tackle is almost always a bad. I
could see him going guard. I could see the Daniel Jeremiah tweet now. Eagles loading up on the offensive line. This is what Howie Roseman does every year.
Guard, and I don't know about that.
I could see it.
All right, on the count of 3.
Should we let the poll? Should we try and do a poll?
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry,
Lindsay. What
we're
to do at 3:00 on a Friday? You know,
it's almost over. We're almost done. Yeah, we're almost all going to Rita's after this.
All right.
Yeah.
You're going the O-lineman.
I'm going to go O-lineman.
I'm going Smitty.
All right. So this is great.
It's up to the chat.
I will not vote in the chat. I've seen the error in my ethical ways. I'm going to let you guys decide. They deserve to decide. Should we? You're not going to do it. I'm going to give.
I am going to vote in the chat.
I'm going to give the audience a hand here because, I mean, this is great content. I knew you weren't going to do it. We got to get you signed up for YouTube
at first
Premium,
I heard
man.
Something different.
Oh, no. It's overtime.
Early polls.
They love DeVonta.
2/3 of the way for DeVonta Smith.
Did you vote?
I did.
I won't. I'm abstaining from voting.
We'll give it a minute.
I'm going to recuse myself from the polls. Like a good ethical man.
Oh, it's going back down.
Oh, it's evening out. See, so if you call it out.
In your favor after you gave him that handy.
I said I'm going to give him a hand.
You said hand here, and at first I heard handy.
I don't know why you heard that. You shouldn't have heard that. I thought you were saying,
going to be tired.
I thought you were saying like
people in the chat.
I'm clapping for the chat. That could mean different things. Even I know that, and I'm usually not up on the inappropriate speak. All right, it looks like DeVonta's running away with it.
Not running away.
57.
Yeah, he's 57. He's at a Chris Gokong level.
Chris Gokong?
Gokong.
Should I know who that is?
Ooh.
It's like losing my Eagles fan bona fides?
Your childhood. Linebacker from like 08 to 11.
Okay. Yeah, this is like middle school for me. I was playing Madden. He must not have had a high Madden rating.
Thumper.
I mean, I watched the Eagles back then too, but like, yeah like, you know, now if we're talking like Jason Babin, I remember him.
Ugh.
Yeah, agree. I hated him. That's why I remember him. Just couldn't stand him.
Ooh, it's going down closer.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I'll buy some time. I'm looking to see who led the Eagles in sacks in 2008. Because this is like peak childhood fandom for me.
Probably Trent Cole.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I'm so bad at finding this. You think it's like I don't spend my whole life on Pro Football Reference. No, it wasn't Trent Cole. You have another guess?
Darren Howard.
Yeah. That's really impressive. I'm surprised you remember that. How old were you in 2008?
Before I started working for the team.
Ah, so you were up on this. Do you know who was number 3? Trent Cole was number 2.
Chris Clemens?
Nope, he was number 4. Surprise at number 5, too. Not a defensive lineman at number 5.
Not a defensive lineman at number 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 sacks that season.
Oh, 3 sacks. Okay.
See if anybody remembers.
I mean, is it Sheldon?
No, you're close.
Dawkins?
Yeah, Brian Dawkins had 3. Chris Gokong only had 2. Maybe that's why I don't remember him.
Well, he was a linebacker.
Yeah, but still.
All right, so then number 3.
I'm not sure
Not a defensive
anybody would
tackle,
get this.
right?
It's not. I'll give you a good hint. It was not Javon Curse, obviously, but think same type of vibe as Javon Curse.
Pineapple juice.
More about where he played before he joined the Eagles. This is a stumper because I haven't seen it in the chat either. I'll just tell you.
Give me the initials.
JP.
Jaquay Parker.
Yep, there you go.
I should have got that. That.
It's impressive. Very good. All right.
Jumped. Oh, Jaquay jumped.
I think we have a winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the first ever bracket that doesn't have a name.
We needed a name.
Or something unlikely.
The toucan mint. That's so bad.
To happen this season, but this one's still likely enough. DeVonta Smith leads the Eagles in receiving in 2026.
Out of the bow bracket.
Congratulations to DeVonta. What better engagement gift could he have asked for?
He's been engaged for a while. It's just that they took wedding photos.
Okay.
Got to be up on this stuff, man.
Looks good.
Yeah. This was a fun game. Again, I really appreciate the chat. This has been a good week and a bad week for our audience to show us what they're capable of. This has been really tough.
Lindsay, whatever happened to One Shining Bowman? Oh.
She's been busy, man. She's been very busy.
This
has been, honestly, chat, give some love to Lindsay because this has been a big lift for Lindsay. Getting through all that.
And Lindsay's got to get in the zone. She got 2 Nova games today. It's a big day.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited to go home, get some Ritas. I've been eating really good all week, really, really clean. But tonight, come on.
It's Friday. Come on.
Chicken wings night.
There's a guy on Villanova whose last name's Lindsay, spelled the same way.
Really?
Mm.
Is he good?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
She can't say he's bad on the show. Got to give him some love.
I would tell you
some.
some.
Bench warmer.
There's been bad players. No, he plays.
Okay, he plays. All right. That'll do it for this episode of the PHLY Eagles Podcast. What a week it has been here. Fantastic stuff. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Two sicko shout-outs.
Oh, okay.
Last weekend, there was a guy. Oh, now I forget. I had his name all week, and now I forget it.
It is. I feel for you because
all
whenever I meet sickos, I write them down on my phone because I want to make sure I get their names on the show.
He bought us drinks.
And you can't remember his name?
I'm telling you, all week long, I had it in my head. I knew it. And now I forget.
You kind of ruined the shout out. You have to give him a shout out.
That was very nice of you.
You have to give him another shout out once you remember his name.
And then on Tuesday was St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
On Wednesday,
how could I forget?
there's a good sicko in the neighborhood who, when I was walking to drop Keiki off at school, he just walked past and gave me a top of the morning.
That is a good subtle nod.
That's pretty good.
My neighbors also, I don't know if they want their names on the show, so I'm not going to say their names, but my neighbors also let me know that they watched the show this week by talking to me about the accent, which really psyched me out. I had no idea they watched. I knew that they were aware of like what I did. I know they're Eagles fans. So shout out to my neighbors. I don't know if you want your names out there, but great neighbors. Really great neighbors. We are in like close quarters too. So for them to be such great neighbors is humongous. Like if they weren't great neighbors, it'd be a sad state, but we got very lucky.
I'm really annoyed I forgot that name.
You'll remember it. We'll say it on Monday.
It's a 2-syllable name.
I still remember the last sickos I met.
I know you're out there. It's 2 syllables. I remember that.
Shout out to Patrick and Chelsea again, because they're the last sickos I met. And they were very nice.
All right. That's all we got. We will talk to you on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
See you at Rita's.
And as always,
Or Wawa.
we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.